Hopefully I don't look washed out. Do not ask how I did this. I just did, and it's there. And yeah, so okay, this video is in two parts. Okay, first we're going to deal with the waxing, and I wanted to give you as many tips as I could, but I realized in order for this to really be helpful, I need to split this into two parts. So part one, of course, is the waxing and everything. Part two will be how to take care of your skin to avoid bumps, to avoid, you know, ingrown hairs after you're done waxing, and keep your skin smooth, and of course as well avoid hyperpigmentation, or how to fix it. So that is part two. So once you're done with this part, make sure to go to part two, because you need both in order for you to have a successful waxing routine. Okay, boo? Okay. So hopefully I can say and talk about everything in order, but I will do my best. Okay, so once you're done with waxing, I just wanted to share with you some tips and some things, some mistakes that I made that I learned how to fix when it comes to ingrown hairs, bumps, not just here in my armpits, but anywhere else where I decide to wax. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so when it comes to ingrown hairs, it comes to hyperpigmentation, it comes to, you know, these bumps and pimples, especially in our armpits and, you know, down there, you know what I'm talking about. There are two main things that cause this. Now there could be actually three. The first one could be just you have a particular skin condition where maybe it makes your skin very, very sensitive to almost anything. It could be a hormonal problem. It could be some type of disease that you may have. So if that's the case, where you've tried absolutely everything, even everything that I'm about to talk about, then please go and see your doctor, see if they can help you out, especially if you have access to a dermatologist, so they can walk you through what treatments may be available for you. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one that is a common cause of hyperpigmentation, bumps, some call them razor bumps, though I think those are mainly for people who shave, or ingrown hairs as most people know them, and hyperpigmentation is dirt and dead skin cells that end up getting stuck on top of the new layer of skin that you have. You know, when you waxing in itself is an exfoliation process, because you're literally ripping off as you're ripping off the hair, there is a layer of dead skin cells that gets ripped off, oh my gosh, excuse me, ripped off as well. So waxing in itself is also an exfoliation process. However, after you're done waxing, after that first time where you've cleaned up your skin, you've done your first exfoliation after your waxing process, the thing is you keep on sweating, you keep on shedding skin cells, because you know that happens every day. Or just like, you know, when you're out and perhaps you have your arms up, or just things like that, maybe some clothes that may cling on to sweat, or there are various things, oils that we produce from our skin as well. All that, they mix up and create a layer of dirt on top of your skin. So that is one of the main reasons for ingrown hairs. The other reason is just maybe your hair has just grew out weirdly, you know, for whatever reason, just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna curl up in here, and you know. But the first reason, which is the layer of dirt on top of your skin, is a great way to prevent ingrown hairs from happening. So this is where exfoliation comes in, and this is the reason why you see me using the bicarbonate of soda, or as most people know it, baking soda, to start exfoliating my skin. The reason why I start with the baking soda is, number one, remember that we were using baby powder, we were using sugar wax, and both these things add on to the already dead skin cells that were on my skin. So why I go in with the baking soda is to remove that first of all, but also start the process of exfoliation. So we want to remove the baby powder that we use, we want to remove any sugar that may have remained behind that the soap didn't get, and make sure we have our first process of exfoliation. And I love baking soda because it's also antimicrobial, but it has very little granules that you can still feel, but they're also great for getting into, you know, those places that maybe our fingers, or maybe that we don't really pay attention to. So the baking soda is good for that. So once I'm done with the baking soda, I go in. So here's the thing, I got disturbed in the middle of filming. If my headgear looks different, if I look different in whatever way, just don't mind me. But anyway, I was talking about baking soda. If there's anything that I left behind, here is the voice note explaining more about baking soda. Hey boo, voice of a Gracie over here. Okay, so let's get into it. According to Beauty Epic, these are 10 benefits of baking soda. It is an excellent remedy for pimples, blackheads, and acne. It's a mild exfoliant that helps remove dead skin and cleans your pores. It does have bleaching properties that help lighten and fade scars. It helps to lighten your elbows and knees. It's also a mild abrasive, which helps remove the stains from your teeth. It also helps to reduce dark circles. Baking soda will also work on the hair to lower the natural black color to a blonde shade, if you're interested in all about that. It also removes the plaque of teeth and will remove discolorations. It helps also to exfoliate your scalp, and is also an excellent exfoliating agent, helping to soften the dead skin on your feet. Okay, now that we're done with that, so now that the baking soda has done what it needs to do, we're moving on to the clay. Now I did a clay and turmeric mask. I have to warn you guys about using turmeric. I made a huge mistake and forgot to put this in the video when I was explaining things. Worse off, I even went ahead to wear a white t-shirt after putting turmeric on my skin. Worst mistake I made, but don't worry, I got you boo. There's a link down below just in case you make my mistake. Or actually, to prevent it, first of all, is ensure that do not wear anything that easily gets stained and that you won't be able to get stains out of. So every time you use this mask, ensure that you do not use anything that easily stains, especially white stuff or anything that you really care about. Just to do a test, try to see, like get like an old t-shirt and you can wipe your armpits. Try to see if there's still like some turmeric left behind from using the clay mask. That would be an indication for you that okay, maybe you need to just take like a baby wipe it off and get it as clean as possible, because turmeric can stain so badly. So yeah, be careful. But just in case you make that mistake, I've linked a video, actually 2 videos maybe, we'll see, below, where you can learn how to get those things out, because I did manage to do it, so thank goodness. So yeah, just a warning, be careful of the turmeric, because turmeric is very good at helping with hyperpigmentation. Granted, it is not, how can I say, using natural products does not produce an extreme result like immediately. However, I would say the longer you use them, you most definitely see results. And the other thing is the ingredients that are readily available. The main issue anyway I have with store-bought products for skin is you might find something that works, but maybe it's too expensive, or trying to find it again and then you can't find it in stores, which is the case for most things here. So I prefer to use natural products that I know whenever I need them, I can get them. So the benefits of turmeric and clay: turmeric is excellent for hyperpigmentation. It also contains antioxidants. Clay is also very good at cleansing. It's a gentle cleanser, but it's also great at removing toxins. So not necessarily from inside the body, but any type of dirt that may be still stuck on your skin or any products like that. Clay is really good for that, but it's also good for the skin as well. It has benefits that I will either explain in a voice note again or list, you know, by the side here somewhere, so you can pause the video and read more of the benefits of using clay. So that comes to, now we've done our exfoliating to get rid of any layer of dirt that may be on our skin, and then we've also done our treatments to help our skin, you know, with the hyperpigmentation, because inflammation can also result in hyperpigmentation. Remember that waxing causes some inflammation, and depending on how sensitive your skin is will determine how much inflammation you may experience. Though I do believe if you do take your time and do it the right way, I do not think you will experience way too much inflammation. It should be gone within less than even an hour, I would say. So yes, we've dealt with the layer of dirt, we've dealt with the hyperpigmentation, but now we need to continue these processes, because remember, as I said, you don't just sweat one day and then you stop sweating. You're going to be sweating, moving around, you know, you're going to put products on your skin. So this is now going forward, how can you ensure that, number one, you do practices that either prevent or at least start to reduce the amount of either hyperpigmentation you face, or the amount of bumps and bruises, which has been my experience. Doing this did not necessarily completely eradicate ingrown hairs the first time, but the more I was consistent, I noticed a very huge difference. Within a month, actually, I noticed a huge difference in terms of the amount of hyperpigmentation that I was experiencing. It greatly reduced. So now I'm in the stage where I can definitely say that I'm seeing it going away completely. So as I said, now we're looking at, after you've done your first treatment, what can you continue to do going forward to ensure that you prevent all these, you know, bad things we don't want from happening. One of the first thing is continue the treatments, especially the first 2 weeks. What you want to do is the first 2 weeks actually is use the treatment at least 3 times in a week. You do not need to do it every day, because number one, baking soda can be very drying to the skin, so you do not want to be causing your skin to go through that every single week, as well as the clay and turmeric mask as well. You can add some oil to that, but it's not really a mask that will per se deliver moisture to your skin. So yeah, continue that process. Then as well, something you want to have in your arsenal or in your tools or in your skincare bag or whatever you use for your skin is definitely the aloe vera you see me using here after I was done with the clay mask, and after I was done with everything. Aloe vera is, especially the store-bought one, because then you don't have to worry about its shelf life, is that it is very extremely soothing to the skin. So at whatever point during the time before your hair starts growing back, your skin might be a little bit more sensitive than it usually is. So aloe vera is great because you can use it as much as you want to. You can use it multiple times throughout the day. The best way to use it is anytime you experience any type of itching or burning sensation. It could be caused by different type of things. It could be sweat, it could be dirt. So another thing you want to have is some wet wipes. Take some wet wipes, wipe the area very well, and then go in with the aloe vera so that it can soothe that area. So now that is in terms of something you can do to say, okay, I'm experiencing some itching, some burning, which it does, it happens. So that's how to solve it. Make sure that the area is clean before you go in with the aloe vera. So yeah, you're gonna need some aloe vera on you wherever you go for at least the first 2 weeks, then you can ease up once the hair has grown out, and some wipes. Non-alcohol wipes are the best so that you don't go ahead and make the skin feel, you know, some burning sensation from the alcohol. Okay, another thing you want to do is avoid putting heavy products or any products with alcohol in them on your skin, especially immediately after waxing, and the first week as well. Try to avoid any lotions, any bathing products that have too many alcohols in them. So mainly alcohols are used to put fragrances into our products. So anything with a strong fragrance, it's very likely that it has a large amount of alcohol, large enough anyway to irritate your skin. So avoid that. You can go in with an exfoliating glove that you see me point out here. An exfoliating glove is amazing for ensuring that your skin is clean and everything. That is what will help you out if you're worried about, well, how am I going to clean my skin? That is what you want to use. But in case that is way too rough and your skin is still a bit, you know, tender and everything, then go in with an antimicrobial soap. Dettol is a really good option. If Dettol is a bit too harsh for you, you might want to try other brands. I hear Dove is also really good with sensitive or sensitive skin, so that's another option you might want to look into. Okay, so that is on the part of making sure that your armpits are fresh and everything, and dealing with any reactions that may come up, like any burning sensations. You do not want to go out there and start scratching and start irritating the skin by scratching or by using anything abrasive. And then the next part is what you wear is very important, especially the first week. As I said, your skin is very tender at this point, very like baby skin. So the last thing you want to do is cause irritation, which is the second reason why most people experience bumps, most people experience irritation around the skin that results in hyperpigmentation, is physical irritation to your skin. So physical irritation is you start scratching, or you're wearing clothes that are too tight, or using products that are abrasive, as I mentioned before. So you want to avoid that. If you have no choice at all but to just wear clothes that are not so comfortable, something I would advise doing, a hack you can do, is put some panty liners around your armpit area. If you're wearing something like a t-shirt or something long sleeved, so that way they provide like a nice barrier for your skin. If that's not an option, you can go in with a light amount of baby powder. That's also very helpful as well. But another option, actually the best option, is to go in with a I don't know what the exact term for these type of deodorants are. I would say like a waxy powdery deodorant, and I will put some examples right here. I have been unable to find this here, but I only found the brand Mitchum, which is in ShopRite. I'm yet to try it out, but you want these type of deodorants which are more on the waxy side. They have, most of them anyway, have some alcohol in them, but because they are waxy and powdery, they create a nice barrier for your skin, and they last much longer than the more liquidy ones that we usually buy. Yes, they're a bit more expensive, but they are amazing, especially for those that you just have no choice but to go out there maybe in some clothes that may cause some chafing or things like that. The waxy deodorant or the powdery sort of thicker deodorant is great because there's that actual barrier, and it makes it easier. That's such that even when you sweat, they're actually much better for those who have problems with body odor when you're sweating and everything, because that barrier is thick enough. When you sweat, you actually don't get the pungent smell that you usually get easily escapes, you know, the more liquidy deodorant. So those are some options you can look into as you're taking care of your skin post waxing. Okay, so yeah, the other thing I would say is use very light products. You saw me go in with baby oil. The baby oil is it absorbs into the skin very easily, so avoid heavy oils, heavy butters. Once your skin is feeling better, it's not as tender, it's not as sensitive, do not use anything heavy. You want to continue your routine of exfoliating, but also as you're moisturizing your skin, which is another point, keep your skin moisturized. As you're doing that, use light moisturizers. Don't go in with anything too heavy, because then again, when exfoliating your skin, you might end up causing buildup on your skin, because sometimes I know we can get lazy, and imagine you don't exfoliate properly the previous day and then you go in the next day again with something heavy. It's going to create buildup, and of course we don't want that. As I said, we want to avoid buildup, we want to avoid dirt, we want to avoid any irritation to the skin. Okay, so those are my tips on post care. As I said, you have to commit to this for quite a while for it to work well for you. As I said, I think I've mentioned it in the title, hopefully I have, is once you create a routine, it works to your benefit. Then you can pinpoint things you can even do better, products you can replace. So yeah, the more you do it, the more consistent you are, you will most definitely see the results. The mistakes that I was making were mainly that I would take care of my skin immediately after waxing, but afterwards I would be lazy. I'd just be like, oh, I'll be fine. But no, the more consistent you are, and honestly it doesn't take a whole lot, it's just literally an extra 5 minutes, if you can even get it down to 5 minutes, an extra 5 minutes of your daily routine, and you can help prevent hyperpigmentation, help prevent ingrown hairs. So it's worth it. So yeah, that is the video for today. I really hope that it helped you out. It explained a few things. If you have any questions, any other things that maybe I missed out and you'd like to know about, definitely leave them in the comment section below. I am more than willing to help you out, because I know that other people that have been watching definitely help me out, and I want the same for you. I also want your skin looking all good all year long, okay girl? Okay, so definitely hit me up with those questions. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, of course, so stay tuned. Remember to subscribe to know what that will be, and God bless you. Bye.